Welcome back to round number 3 of 4 for Modern Mondays here at Guardian Games in Portland, Oregon. I'm Travis Cooper, hanging out with,
Urchin Collie.
and we're here with Portland Paper, and I feel like it's getting hot in here.
So I I got no follow up there.
Ah,
Um,
yep.
we have in the 2-0 bracket a burn, not quite mirror. We're to see Zach here on traditional Boros burn and Craig packing Mardu burn. So I don't know what this means exactly, but I'm pretty excited to
It
find
means
out.
bump in the night.
Boom. So not just Rakdos, not just Boros, just gonna slam every lightning bolt imaginable.
Yeah, I imagine you're probably playing. I wonder how if you're cutting helixes. Maybe you're still playing Boros Charm, but I've actually liked. I've played a fair amount of like red, black, then like little green for sideboard cards burn. And I like the amount of 1 mana spells that you get when you have that package.
That's true.
For the Monastery Swiftspear kills, your prowess gets better. And it's just a little bit faster, maybe like half a turn faster than burn. Where you're playing a lot of 2 mana spells.
That's true. Every time I've played against Rakdos burn, definitely feeling the speed. So I did see a Lightning Helix in Craig's hand, so that's definitely part of the picture. So Lightning Bolt on top, one of many.
Oh, this burn mirror is always interesting because sometimes one deck has to play kind of a control role, which like right now, if you're Goblin Guide turn 1 from Zachary, Craig probably should deal with that Goblin Guide.
Yeah, you want it to be a shock, not a
Oh, well,
not a galvanic blast with metalcraft. So here's Monastery Swiftspear. They're gonna get in for one. Not interested in lightning bolting the Goblin Guide.
I see. I don't like that play because if you get like a Searing Blazed, it's real bad.
Oh yeah, if you get Searing Blazed here, you get very blown out. Gonna take one off of the Sunbaked Canyon for Zachary. Do we have a Searing Blaze one time? Oh. Uh-oh, here it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
this is maybe game.
yeah, that's definitely why you don't play the Swiss Spear then, is that you can just maybe draw another land off the Goblin Guide. Um, but yeah, if you've already taken the first damage and you open your, even if then Zachary bolted the Swift Spear, you're still like Zachary has a creature that you have to deal with, and you've lost 4 life, and your opponent's at 19. So yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So if anyone's watching this that is like maybe new to Burn or playing a Burn Mirror, um, you want to yeah, kill your opponent's creatures.
Maybe I was wrong about the Mardu. I believe Craig told me Mardu, but wouldn't be the first thing. I had Simic Twiddlestorm. Almost correct. It was a little greedy. Trigger, trigger. Can we get some lands? Nope. Craig gonna drop to 7. Not a very safe life total. Zach's still at 17.
Yeah, this game is
This
pretty
is
over.
over.
If you just killed the turn 1 Goblin Guy, the context of this game would be so different.
Lessons learned. I believe that first Goblin Guide has done 6 damage.
It has done 6, and then yeah, if you did that, and then your turn 2 you played Swiss Spear plus, another spell like Light Up the Stage. Then Zachary hasn't had a third land drop, so you wouldn't have landfall with the Searing Blaze, and that's a dead card for a while. And yeah,
Hmm. Lessons learned. Yeah, I'm not sure there are bumps in here.
and I mean Greg's just pretty dead.
Yeah. You gonna crack a fetch? Yeah, not long for this world. We get in for 2 with the Goblin Guide. Any couple of burn spells gonna finish it. Grab a
It looks
basic
like
mountain.
so Craig's gonna have to now use a lightning bolt on one of these Goblin Guides. If we had done that on turn 1, it would have been 6 more life they would have had.
Yep. Next time, perhaps it will be different.
We do have a Lightning Helix in Craig's hand, which is one of the stronger cards in this mirror because it's a removal spell plus gain life.
I'm not entirely convinced he's going to have a next turn. Vexing Devil. Alright. Fall to
So
5.
are they going to need 2 bolts, Boros Charm and a bolt?
Bolt, bolt. Bolt, bolt. Turns out, burn. An
burn,
excess of
burned.
lightning bolts.
Let's see if it actually is Mardu. I'm curious if
I am too. So the sideboards are both Boros. We did see a Vexing Devil, so there's something going on that's a little untraditional. The sideboard options here available for
Vexing
Zach.
Devil, I would say, is old school.
Old school. Well, maybe before my time.
Yeah, before Eidolon of the Great Revel was printed, Vexing Devil was usually in burn decks.
Okay, so options available here for Zach. That's 2 Wear Tear, 1 Smash to Smithereens, 3 Core Firewalker, like those, 4 Skullcrack, my mistake, 3 Path to Exile, and 2 Deflecting Palm.
It feels like the reason you have Core Firewalker is because of the mirror, which I have mixed feelings about that card in the mirror, but if you are on the play, it is usually good enough. It's awkward because usually in burn decks you're wanting to play your cards on curve and not fetch tap lands, so to play a Core Firewalker on turn 2, you're basically shocking yourself twice.
Which is a little awkward.
Which is a lot.
Yeah. So, available for Craig here, 2 Wear Tear, 2 Deflecting Palm, 2 Core Firewalker, 2 Volcanic Fallout, 3 Searing Blood, 2 Smash to Smithereens, 2 Blood Moon. There's Core Firewalkers again.
Yeah, I mean, definitely on the play, I like those a lot. Searing Blood. I don't know. I feel like you just bring in the Firewalkers, probably.
So 34 minutes, I believe, on the clock was the note by the players who watched the clock that it actually started. All right. Time for more bolts. I personally make a lifestyle choice of being dead to lightning bolt. So much of the time, I just sit there at 3 or fewer life going, well, just draw it, and that'll be that. And about 80% of the time, they draw it, and I go, I don't know what I was expecting. Your deck is literally made of lightning bolts.
So one of the my least favorite things is when you're playing against someone and they have a fair amount of cards in their hand and like open mana, and you're playing a deck that plays Lightning Bolt and they're at 3 and they're like, so do you have the Lightning Bolt? And my response is usually like, I'll pass priority, like, play correctly.
Yeah.
But it's like, maybe I've got it.
Maybe.
You can reveal your hand and then ask me the question if you'd like.
12 bolts.
So
if we get Wizard Lightning in there, can we get up to 16 bolt?
Oh, well, let's see. Shard Volley,
Lightning Bolt.
Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt. The new one that has, if you've dealt damage, what's that one called?
Skewer.
Skewer the Critics.
Wizard's Lightning. 20 bolt. 20 bolt.
Yeah.
20 bolt. 20 mountain.
Well,
20 things to enable Skewer the Critics.
Could play Bump the Night too, and then go up to 24 bolts.
Bump. 24 bolts. Bump. Gonna play some wizards, I assume, to make sure your wizard's lightnings are actually lightning bolts.
Grim Lavamancer is a wizard.
Grim Lavamancer is a wizard. You can play Viashino Pyromancer, turn on your Skewer the Critics.
Oh.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
It's better rate than Boros Charm.
Oh, maybe turn to Hard Arcanus. That's an interesting idea.
I love that card and want it to be better, but Faithless Looting went away and now it's not as good. Okay. We see Craig here leading Arid Mesa, Zach leading Sacred Foundry, Shocket Goblin Guide. Gonna do the work again. Do we maybe this time want to Fetch.
Yeah,
Bolt it. Lessons learned. Look at that.
yeah, and we're doing it off a basic mountain. It's like we got some growth here.
How quickly. How quickly they grow up. Bolt dock deck. Snap. Bolt. Get some unearth in there. Unearth your snap. Snap your bolt.
I'm thinking about this Dreadhorde Arcanist. Like, I think I'd do 20 bolts, maybe not 24. I might not play the
Oh
Wizards
yeah, no,
Lightning,
I'm,
but
I'm I'm screwing around with that. Vexing Devil, would you like to take some damage?
choices.
He says you can have that. Vexing Devil, a little bit vulnerable to lightning bolt, as it turns out. Jeskai, classic bolt
Core
snapple.
Firewalker. This feels like
Core
yeah,
Firewalker.
that's gonna be a problem.
A little bit. So I was actually thinking the other day. I don't know, washing my hands in the bathroom. And I was sitting there going, I like Thoughtseize. I like Dreadhorde Arcanist. Can I build? I like discard. Can I build? Can I
Oh,
build Rakdos Rack? Can I build Rakdos? No
oh.
racks. Maybe just heavy discard.
Huh.
Dreadhorde Arcanist, a little burn.
Hmm.
Can I just shred someone's hand and burn them out? Is that a
Yeah, I mean,
strategy?
maybe I like the idea of also being pumping your Arcanist and then playing Blightning, like literal Blightning, not like the.
Not the thing.
Okay, so here's the interesting situation with Core Firewalker, and when you're playing against it as burn, is Skullcrack is an extremely relevant card, where if Craig attacks into this Core Firewalker and holds Skullcrack up, and then Zachary blocks if you cast Skullcrack, then damage can't be prevented. Protection prevents damage. Core Firewalker down.
Ooh, I like that. The question is, have we next leveled and brought in the skull cracks?
Yeah,
They
I mean,
also help with
it's
lightning helix.
yeah,
So.
Skullcrack is not the best card in the matchup because it doesn't target creatures, and most of the time you want your burn spells to target creatures when you're playing these mirrors. But if you were thinking about Core Firewalker, I would have it in the deck.
Is that going to suspend a Rift Bolt? Also, what about, we're talking Wizards Arcanist. Can we say Royal Scions for a minute?
I really like that card in Pioneer. I want it to be kind of good at Modern.
I know, right? Craig found a basic planes. Nice foil Ravnica basic planes, by the way. Zach gonna Rift Bolt, send
Oh
it
yeah, I
upstairs.
forgot Riftbolt. So that's right. Okay.
Boom, boom.
Wonder if there's
Oh
any
yeah,
other
Rift
bolts
Bolt.
we forgot.
Can we have a deck that's all bolts and no mountains? Sorry.
I feel like Barkham that works if your opponent realizes that that's a thing that can happen, and if your opponent doesn't realize that's a thing that can happen, they're blocking it every time.
Oh, I would say always play to the better player, but that's subtle enough that maybe you don't want to because then you just get goblin guided. Core Firewalker coming in. Bink, bink.
All right.
Searing Blood, your goblin guide. Gonna take 2. Fall to 16 for Zach. Go to Craig's
Oh,
turn.
I didn't think this Vexing Devil was ever gonna attack.
He's gonna connect unless there is a Bolt involved. I don't know who could be playing Lightning Bolt in this matchup, but here he is. Gonna take 1 off the 2 off the. I like. Ooh,
Oh,
we have the Lightning Helix on the Vexing Devil. Respond, Skull Crack.
Man, he had the skull crack.
I don't think he
I don't
knew.
think Craig realizes what.
I think he knew.
Yeah. Because that would have been such a blowout.
Yeah, it would have. So, Lightning Helix, Trigger Core Firewalker. We've got Helix. We've got Trigger on that. We've got Skullcrack on that. We've got Trigger on that. He's going to gain 1 life. Skullcrack resolves. No life on the second trigger. Are we going to get this right?
It depends how the players choose to stack triggers, because there's choices when you're casting at Skullcrack. You can choose to cast it in response to the Lightning Helix with...
True.
So...
I would probably respond to the trigger.
I would as
I
well,
would
but
respond
it
to the
seems
trigger.
like maybe, there's some nuance. Maybe there's some nuances that folks aren't quite tuned into here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Zach gonna
yeah,
take
these pain
one.
lands are like kind of
Painful.
negating the
Yeah.
core Firewalker life gain here.
Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Ooh,
With board presence like that, I really like Eidolon. I don't need to cast more.
yeah.
Just make you cast more.
Okay, so maybe Craig is super heads up and brought in the volcanic fallout.
See? Craig takes 2, falls to 11. Yeah, I don't think the choice we were talking about is not a choice you may want to ever make, which is to allow the trigger on top of the lightning helix to resolve before responding with the skull crack. I don't know why you would make that choice, but it is something you can do. You do have priority there. It is a legal action to take. Core
I-
Firewalker showing up for Craig. Gonna take 2 off the Eidolon, but here it is.
This is really interesting with like Zachary's stuck on 1 red mana plus all the rest cause him pain. Um,
We've got another painless source after taking 1. I was totally mistaken about Mardu, by the way. I don't know where the black is. Maybe I just misheard it.
Oh
So
yeah, let's update this
let's update this. This
match. There we go. Losing my edge here.
now if Zach has a skull crack,
Yeah, Barkeem, I feel like
teach him a lesson.
this is a thing that you see maybe when people are newer to Modern, and Burn's a very accessible deck, which I think Burn has, like, it's pretty low floor but high ceiling. And it's hard to do really, really well with Burn consistently because it's so much about how you choose to sequence spells, and it really teaches you a lot about the format. But something you usually see when people are first getting into it is a Vexing Devil and maybe a basic Plains. And then those are things that eventually migrate out of the deck.
High floor, low ceiling.
High floor, low ceiling. Yeah, there we go.
Strike that. Reverse it.
Thanks for having my back there.
Gotcha. You're a little sassy tonight.
I'm sassy?
You're sassy.
I was serious. I was
The
genuine.
Vexing Devil in the plains.
Oh, well, just in thanking you.
Gotcha. I don't think this is actually 3 color. I think I was the one mistaken here. Vexing Burn. I like Vexing Burn. I'm certainly vexed. Travis is vexed. I do appreciate that too. I was gonna say these are committed burn players. Red decks, red sleeves. Core Firewalker blocks Eidolon of the Great Revel. We are not casting the Skull Crack. Nobody knows about this.
Was there a skull crack in Zachary's hand?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's a skull crack here.
Okay, so if this match finishes and we have time for another match, I'll be the ambassador because I feel like I played this deck and would just really like to. I feel like that'll give each of the players maybe like half a percentage point.
Yeah. I don't know for a fact that Zach has it, but I really thought that was maybe why that attack occurred.
Yeah.
Or he just wanted to unlock himself, maybe. But I think I would much rather get rid of his Core Firewalker than unlock myself under my Eidolon.
100%.
Yeah. Especially if you're gaining life off every spell, so it costs you 1. It's fine.
This is hilarious.
What's happening? Oh, here we go. Craig, you have 1 fewer life point. You're in trouble, buddy.
Yeah, but you know.
Why do you want to get out from under your own Eidolon when it's only costing you 1? Those triggers you can choose to stack. Those fetch lands are liabilities. Big brains.
They work out okay if you're gonna cast the Searing Effect, but I don't like just fetching here for no reason.
No. You've got mana for days.
And the thinning.
Oh!
What?
It is Mardu! I feel so much less stupid now.
Wow. Okay, there's some.
Something's going on.
I'm gonna have to have a mana-based discussion too, maybe.
Basic Plains Blood Crypt.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm enjoying this match though.
I'm having fun. I'm entertained. I am entertained.
Craig draws a card, passes it back. We can see he needed a fetch to get his black online and he didn't want to take 2. So there, maybe actually I do see the fetch.
Ooh.
Oh, path to exile. Target your core fire walker. That was a heads up board choice.
I feel like you might want to start throwing some spells right now.
Yeah. Let's milk that thing while you got it.
The Black Lightning Helix is a bad card. It's an enchantment and it takes too much to turn on.
What do you mean, Smiting Helix, the expensive one?
I mean the one that costs 2. It's the enchantment that when you lose life for the first time, you put a counter on it.
Oh, no. Bunny meant Smiting Helix, which is the 4 mana Lightning Helix that flashes back for red-white.
Oh yeah, that's too much.
It is too expensive. It is double Lightning Helix, but it is too expensive. Barkeem, you've done it. By God, you've done it. Taking turns with Ren and 6 to recycle fetch lands to get Sanctuary to play Temporal Mastery over and over again. We did it.
Wow, breaking the format.
All right. So we had Path to Exile on Core Firewalker.
I would have loved to see him get a basic swamp off of
Please.
the okay, so maybe perhaps the reason that Craig is playing the basic planes is there is Blood Moon in Craig's sideboard.
That's
So although I don't necessarily think that's a good call, that could be a reason why one would justify playing basic planes.
I do believe the Core Firewalker is exiled in that sideways position. So we saw a pile of spells here and a lot of life gained.
Okay, also
I
I'm
believe we
doing
saw 2 Lightning Helixes.
doing some more thoughts with this basic plane. In the mirror, you don't have to hurt yourself as badly.
There's the swamp.
Oh my god.
Goblin Guide, please do it, Craig. Punish Travis. Punish Travis for his sass. Goblin Guide, get you. You're the one with the Core Firewalker. You're still gonna die.
I was just joking about the swamp.
Craig. Craig needs to teach you a lesson. Oh, light up the stage. Card advantage. Core Firewalker, claim fame. All right. How do you feel right now, Travis? How do you feel?
I feel like this is
Let's read it.
this is cool. The things that are happening are pretty sweet. I do feel like that's not an excuse for a suboptimal mana base, but but it is. I do. That was pretty sweet.
That was, see? Right? Fame was claimed.
And I like that it happened because that means we get to see another game, probably.
Yeah, I want to see another game. I want to see more Mardu Burn. Spike you. Going to 9.
Everyone's at 9.
9 all. Skewer the devil. Everyone's at the same life totals.
And it's awkward because Craig, even though you have more creatures, you can't really attack right now.
Nope. Hey, relax. How you doing?
We're having a good time over here.
We're having a great time. We are watching some spicy burn.
Yeah, you thought Burn was all about multiples of 3, but then sometimes of 4, but we're doing Burn in multiples of 2.
Travis thoroughly vexed by this entire match. Zach plays Mountain Passes. Playing land go between 2 burn decks. How has Craig gotten quite that? I wonder how many lands Craig is playing. This is a lot of land drops.
Well, you can definitely cast Bump in the Night and then flash it back.
You can bump and grind in this deck.
Yeah, definitely. I like it.
Mardu.
Dance Party. Is Bump in the Night even in the deck?
I don't know.
Kind of,
It might not be.
maybe I don't like to be honest. I'm not sure. Like maybe. I'm curious if Craig knows that that's a card that exists because it's pretty
I could gift him
obscure.
a playset of Bump in the Night.
Yeah, you should.
I'm it. If he wins this, I'm tempted to just go straight away, purchase a set of Bump of the Night, and hand them over to Craig.
They're kind of hard to find.
Are they?
It's like
They're
a
like
casual
common.
favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're not as much.
They're not expensive. They're
That's what I
just
thought.
kind of hard to find.
Well. 5-color ochre. You shush, bunny. Do not speak his name in this matchup. Oh, God. Why is that a deck that 5-0'd? Okay. Searing Blaze. Lightning Bolt.
Wait.
Craig takes...
No, those...
No.
We're gonna do it.
Second
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
countered. Unless you count...
They're both on the stack, so you should... Wait, I'm gonna hold on.
Oh, it's 2 targets. Sorry, I missed the lightning bolt.
Yeah, I was
No, I missed the interaction.
Okay. Whew.
We are back. So we had a little bit of a mistake there. We've got some learning moments here. Craig trying to stop Searing Blaze from resolving by bolting his own Goblin Guide, except Searing Blaze has 2 instances of the word target, and therefore does not fizzle when the creature is removed. I believe I've tried that too and had poor results. Not Lightning Bolt, but some of the other, haha, I'll sack this. Doesn't work. Ugh,
Yeah,
bad feeling.
as someone that's played a lot of cryptic commands, the whole like modal
Bounce my thing.
thing, yeah, it's bounce your thing, draw a card, your thing gets killed, you don't draw the card.
Just counter the Searing Blaze, draw a card.
Yeah,
Much better.
yeah.
Much better. God, I love that cryptic commands playable now. Sorry.
It's one of my favorites.
I know.
I wish
Alright.
I wish Remand was playable in Modern again. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a sign of like a healthy format, is if Remand's like a decent card. It's real bad.
Yeah, I would agree. Things that are a sign of healthy format, Grixis Shadow being good,
Yeah.
Remand being good.
I feel
Alright.
like Burn being good is actually a sign of a healthy format too, or like Burn
Yeah,
being a
it's
decent
balanced.
choice. Yeah. But man, this is a slog.
I told you, bump and grind. Bump and grind. Look at how many cards he has left in deck.
Is this?
This is turn 84 of
wow.
the Burn Mirror.
Okay, if this goes to decking, like oh my god.
Buy me a beer.
Maybe one player's double sleeved. Yeah, you're right. Villa Summer is really good, but I've had opponents play like a Villa Summer and then immediately go to draw a card, and I'm like, wait, no, I can counter that spell.
Alright, Core Fireworker blocks Vexing Devil here. Gonna get through for 2.
Oh,
Zachary
interesting.
down to 12.
How many cards do players have in hand?
Unclear. And Tarmogoyf is the big scary. See, the thing I've been looking for threats for Simic, better threats, and Tarmogoyf has disappointed me with the lack of value generation up front because it's really a format of value right now. And we can get back to that after we check out what Zachary's got going on his turn. He's facing down a lot of battlefield on Craig's side. Inspiring Vantage going to come into play tap because we are in the late game.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card, maybe. Or wait, do we have any? No, there's just 2 Inspiring Advantages and 2 Sacred Foundries. I thought one of those was Horizon's Land.
No, he cracked
Yeah.
that a long time ago. We've had 2 Horizon lands come and gone. Just passing here. So we are looking at Craig being able to get in for minimum 3, but he's got a Boros Charm in hand. 3, 4, 8. Glane 1 though. Zach. Here we go. Here's Vexing Devil. That is 1 prowess trigger. Alright. Got some thinking to do. Do we want to use those fames?
Oh, gaining a life.
Yeah. So it's still a net +1 though. Draw more lands than John Avon over here. Everybody goes sideways.
Oh, lightning helix.
Womp, womp, womp. Helix your devil. Triggers.
Oh, we're gonna Boros Charm for indestructible.
Whoo! Boom.
Love it.
Let's see.
Hi,
That's another prowess trigger. That's
We haven't
4
gone-
from Swift Spear.
I feel like we haven't gone to blocks yet either.
10. No, they haven't. Okay. 5 life for Zach, 2 life for Craig. 6 block there. There's another prowess trigger here, so 4, 6, 10. I believe that's a hit for 10. Zach back down to 7. Here we go.
Oh god.
It's a late game swing from burn for 10, takes down to 7. All right. I mean, I'm loving
I think
this.
we're gonna finish out the match here with this burn deck probably.
Please tell me the burn mirror draws.
Oh.
Do this, I guess. Zach says, bolt your devil. I believe there is another fame in there. Skewer the hard way. Gain 2. Take out your other devil.
Yeah, it feels like both these players realize that this was now a game where you have to deal with all the creatures. Like game 1, we maybe overlooked that, but
See, the thing that's interesting is a word. Craig has 2 core firewalkers in his sideboard, but Zach has 3. And this seems like it could become relevant any turn now.
yeah.
Core Firewalker blocks Monastery Swift Spear. Zach takes 2. Path to Core Firewalker.
Oh,
second
that's
one.
all of them for
That's
Craig.
all of 'em.
Cashed them in.
Cha-ching. Sends it back after that.
No bump of the nights.
Firewalk with me.
Could you? Yeah, the fireworkers exiled, not dead. I was like,
Yeah, he's starting sideways.
unearthing a.
You got it. A little bit questioning the nature of the burn mirror at the table. What happened? I came here to sling bolts, go have a snack break in between rounds. What happened to your lives?
Okay, the skull crack line. I'm sending it to you, Craig. Like I'm telepathically trying to.
Do it, please. They did not start 10 minutes late.
No, I
This is just
updated the
happening.
time, so this is a correct
Yeah,
time.
we just didn't start the clock right away. Swiss
Come
Fear,
on.
skull, crack, skull, crack. No!
I think there might be a skull crack left over in hand.
Is it Psionic Blast? Blue Burn?
Psionic Blast is a 3-mana spell that deals 4 damage to.
Blue Burn.
Yeah.
Bunny wants Blue Burn.
What is that spell in your hand, Craig?
I swear if it's a skull crack.
I'll lose it.
Travis will not survive.
That seemed like a bad idea.
Yeah, if you're the one at 4 and your opponent's at 18, I do not want to play an Eidolon.
No.
That is a self-lock. Okay, Craig says. Searing Blood. It was a Searing Blood, not a Skull Crack. Phew. Skull Crack School. Gonna go out there and crack some skulls. Also, Craig needs some bump in the night. Alright, Craig gets there. Off of the Monastery Swift Spears. We are at 1-1 in the burn mirror. Travis looking
I'm exhausted.
world weary. Craig able to pull it out at the end with a Searing Blood and an attack with 2 Swift Spears. Goodness gracious.
Okay, I got the sideboard tech.
What's the sideboard tech, Travis?
So Craig doesn't realize the skull crack thing, but could play Blood Moon and shut Zachary off from playing Core Firewalkers
Or Path to Exile.
or Path Exile.
That's big brain. Because you know what Zach doesn't run that Craig
Basic
does?
Plains.
There's the basic planes. So, for all of your shit talk about that basic planes, Zachary could have Blood Moon at any minute.
Yeah.
It's a thing he could be playing. It is not, in fact, in his sideboard, but it could be.
Yeah, well, Craig is playing it, so just bring it in.
Yeah. Why not? I've Blood Moon Burn before. Like, if you're actually scared of the white spells, I've Blood Moon Burn.
I mean, I feel like Blood Moon is one of those cards that people are like, oh, it's awful against a burn deck, but
No.
it usually shuts off like 6 to 8 cards
Yeah.
plus, you know. So it's if you're playing Blood Moon in your main deck, it's fine against burn, but it's not great. But yeah,
I played a main deck Blood Moon deck and would I'd keep him in, honestly, against burn. I talked to some burn players and they're like, no, leave him in.
yeah. I mean, if you're on the play, I would say it's a play draw thing probably.
Yeah. If you're a deck that's vulnerable to path, it helps. And obviously here you're to be worried about Core Firewalker, so I think it makes sense. That you do want to get in under the Core Firewalker, but if they're gonna set up double white on turn 2, I think you have a shot anyway, because that's pretty hard to do.
Yeah. And costs a lot of life usually. A little bit less now that you have the Horizon lands, but then over the course of the game, maybe more. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is 8 Helixes and Charms to start with.
Yeah, I know. Well, not all burn decks are playing the full 4 Helixes. That's like kind of a...
Is it?
Yeah, so depending on what the other burn spells are playing. So.
Alright. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Indeed.
We gotta do a little editing here.
Yeah, it is Mardu. We finally saw Craig's personal claim to fame. Vexing fame. Famous I don't know. You go nuts.
Thanks. 5-color used to be best burn when you could play Treasure Cruise, but sadly.
Boat ride. Wanna build 5-color burn and Pioneer?
The burn's not quite. Yeah, it's not quite good enough in Pioneer. But
no lightning bolts.
Goblins is pretty good. You have all the good goblins. You have the 3-mana ones that make goblins. You have Foundry Street Denizen. You got Crater Maker.
Is Sling Gang playable?
That one's not in Pioneer though.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I can't. This is my problem that I haven't been playing Pioneers. Like, oh, what about this card? This fits in the... Nope, not in the format. Guess I'll just play Modern.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It's interesting about Pioneer is that all the 2-mana counters really are awful, and there's no good 1-mana burn spell. Like Wild Slash is the best 1-mana burn spell in the format.
Yikes. I think there is something to be said when the format settles for like tailoring your narrow counter suite to be like exactly right, but man, that's a lot of work for meh. Alright, turn 1, Sacred Foundry Swift Spear gets in there for Craig. Zach gonna go ahead, crack that Bloodstained Mire. Let's see if we see a removal spell for Swift Spear. We're gonna get the Sacred Foundry tapped. I wonder if we have
Turn 2.
Core Firewalker.
Yeah. It was interesting to see Zachary bring in the Path to Exiles too, maybe hedging against his opponent having Core Firewalker, because that's usually not a card I'd bring in against Burn.
He got paid. There we go. Turn 2 Firewalker. Yikes. Not looking great for Craig with that start. Sunbaked Canyon gonna take 1. Gonna
You all deserve
play
each
out
other.
of Okay. So this is gonna draw. Does Craig have the path? Path beat you up.
And Craig also does have the Horizon Land, so.
Searing Blazer, Swift Spear. You take 3. Except you gain 1. Alright, so all the lightning bolts do 2. It's a game of shocks. Mesa, meaningful life loss. Sacred Foundry, Swift Spear. Gain a
Get him with the
life.
Skull Crack. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Please.
Please do it. Please do it.
Please. For the love of God. Did we miss a Firewalker trigger? Fuck. Sorry.
That's okay. We have a mature content warning. I just wanted to see it accidentally happen so that then I could go running out there and be like, guys, guess what happens?
Oh. All right. Gonna take 1 off Sunday Canyon. Boros Charm. I'm not sure. Craig asserting we are getting there. Zachary somewhat questioning that fact. Zachary gonna suspend a Rift Bolt, send it back. Here's a Bloodstained Mire. Core Firewalker, and Swift Spear gets in. Time to bolt you. This is what the deck does. That's time in round. Turn 0 belongs to Craig's burn deck. Vexing Devil, would you like to take 4? Now or later, friend? Not gonna actually take 4. Just kidding. Turn 1. Vexing Devil, 1
It's
mana.
actually kind of funny. We're not going to go correct them, but with like the
Counter
new,
target
there's a new rule where if time around gets called as your passing turn, the opponent starts on turn 0.
Yeah.
So.
But
They got their thing going on. So.
they do.
This is what everyone signed up for, to watch a burn mirror go to time in round. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yeah, round 1 we saw Neoform win on turn 1 twice. And round 3 we've got 2 burn decks going to time. What a world we live in. Skullcrack Academy open for business. We're gonna continue to do this thing. Lightning Helix you.
One of these times it's going to be a skull
Shock
crack.
you all gain 4. He's a lot of 2-mana spells. He didn't probably board in the skull cracks.
Oh.
Maybe he did.
Well, they were in the deck last game. I don't think
Were
we
they?
changed. Yeah.
Oh no.
Or Craig had them. Zachary didn't.
I just wanted to. Turn 3. Zach's at 8.
That's what we're all
We're
hoping.
just hoping
Barkeen.
somebody accidentally skull cracks at the correct time. Turn 4. Lightning Helix claim fame.
We're getting close.
Let's see if we can do it. Claim. Target. Swift Spear.
Huh.
Interesting.
Don't hate it.
Combat. Get in your face. That one has a prowess trigger, my friend. Just so you remember. No, only one of them's pumped. They gotta figure it out. He has Skullcrack. Did you see the Skullcrack?
Do it.
Oh, please, Skullcrack.
Sweet Jesus. I want to go out there so bad. I want. Don't cast the Helix. Cast the Skull Crack.
Cast the Skullcrack. Nope.
I'm throwing my
You went
headphones
to
off.
damage.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. And that's
Okay,
Okay,
I'm going
we're
out
gonna go
there.
have a talk. All right. All right, chat. How you doing? You're just gonna hang out with me for a minute while Travis deals with some of his feelings about Skullcrack.